Well, Arsenal is going to be playing away at the Jose Valverde Estadio in Portugal, a stadium that capacitates 52,092 people. Rokani David is here onto what we call the Rokani Media Football to obviously bring you what we call the match preview for Arsenal versus this side. So let's obviously smash the like button, comment and share. If at all you're watching us for the very first time, endeavor to subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. Now, Arsenal is going to be playing its first leg of the quarterfinals of the Champions League away. And I've just gone ahead to bring you the team news earlier on, and I think you are eagerly waiting to hear what Sporting Lisbon is like. So let's obviously head to Sporting Lisbon versus Arsenal and see how things really pan out. Now, Sporting Lisbon went ahead. In the Champions League, they finished 7th, is it? And Arsenal was first. Then total points, they had 16 points. Arsenal had 24 points. Then Sporting has scored 22 goals. Arsenal has gone ahead to score 26 goals. Sporting has conceded 14 goals. Arsenal went ahead to concede 5 goals. Sporting had 102 shots. 55 on target, 47 off target, 34 blocked by the opponents. 132 shots for Arsenal, 77 shots on target, 55 shots off target, 30 shots blocked by the opponent. Sporting Lisbon has gone ahead to average 86.62% passing accuracy per game, and Arsenal has gone ahead to average 84.78 passing accuracy per game. Now, in the previous games that Arsenal has gone ahead to play, in the Premier La Liga, the League of Portugal, Sporting beat Santa Clara by 4-2. Arsenal lost 2-1 to the side of Southampton. And remember, they're also beaten by Man City in the Carabao Cup finale. Now, previous meetings, they've gone ahead to meet 6 times. Sporting Lisbon has gone ahead to win once. Arsenal has gone ahead to win twice. And 3 draws have been registered in this particular encounter. So, their last encounter, Arsenal beat them 5-1 at this particular stadium. Then in UEFA Europa League, 1-1 at Emirates, 2-2 away in this particular stadium. So Arsenal has gone ahead to play there in this modern era. I've gone ahead to say Arsenal play there twice. In the UEFA Europa League, where it ended 2-2, and the Champions League, where they beat them by 5-1 in there for you. So that is Arsenal for you, and that's what they've gone ahead to obviously bring on. So thank you very much for obviously watching in through, and it's always nice having you on this channel. So that is what we had as the head-to-head. Now, we head to the team news. Arsenal is not having 1. Bukayo Saka, Julian Timber, Ebelechi Eze, Mikel Merino, and who else? Pierre Hincapie is also out. The rest of the players are available and no player is suspended for this fixture. Now, when we go to the side of when we go to the side of Sporting Lisbon, we do have the following players out. Fortis Lonidis is out. Giovanni Kenda is out. Nuno Santos is out. Luis Iheme is also a doubt. Ivan Frasnedra is a doubt but might show up. And their captain Hojimland is also suspended in there for you. So those are the players that are obviously gonna be out of this. You understand? So you understand? So that is it. All those players are really suspended for that game. And now we head into the probable starting 11 for the club of Arsenal for this particular encounter. And system 4-2-3-1 or 4-3-3. That is it. And we anticipate that it's going to be David Raya in goal. Over the weekend, it was none other than, what is his name? Benjamin, sorry, not Benjamin White. It was Kepa Arrizabalaga, who came up and featured predominantly to this fixture, right? Then we went to the right back, Timber out. That means Benjamin White will come in through and obviously feature into that right back position. Left back, we have Lewis Kelly and Ricardo Carafiori, meaning that Ricardo Carafiori will obviously come up and obviously play as the left back. Lewis Kelly played most of the minutes in that game. Then right-sided centre-back and left-sided centre-back, no doubt about it. It's obviously Saliba and Gabriel Magalhaes coming in through to partner. And Gabriel Magalhaes was first off when Arsenal was playing against Southampton. Many were really afraid, but we got to know that it was a precaution because all they wanted was to keep him fit and fresh for this particular encounter in there. Because Arsenal's depth in the defense is really shrinking. So they had to obviously come up and obviously do the needful. And indeed, it is what we are saying right about now. So we go to the midfield. Zubimendi was on the bench when they're playing against Southampton. He's one of those players I really believe he's obviously going to come and show up. Then alongside who? Alongside a player known as Declan Rice, another one who returned today in training, and Martin Odegaard, who really had an amazing game in there for you. But you saw to it that his passes were not really timely, right? Meaning that he needed these minutes to obviously be ready for this particular encounter in the Champions League. And we wait to see how Arsenal will feature in all this. Now, we get to the right forward. With Bukayo Saka not available, you now have Noni Madueke and the amazing Max Dowman, right? So that means you go in for a player known as Noni Madueke, right? And I think Madueke will do the job. I tell you, he will do the job because he will obviously come up and really put out a very, very huge shift. And trust me, he's one of those players that many Arsenal players never liked when they're signing him because they thought they needed a striker. But he's one of those that they've gone ahead to obviously understand that they've gone ahead to need him. And indeed, he has really shown the importance of obviously signing the player because he has gone ahead to obviously do the needful. And you guys have gone ahead to embrace him, and he has gone ahead to come in the best phase and form that you guys love him in. And he's really doing the job. He's really doing the job. And I know you people are really loving it to the fullest. You know, so that is the man himself who goes by the names of Noni Madueke. On the left, Trossard has returned, but Martinelli started, and Trossard is back. So I think Trossard will obviously be given a chance to start into this particular encounter, and Martinelli will play off the bench. Leading the line, Jesus never really looked good in that game against Sporting Southampton. And when Viktor Gyokeres came off the bench, he went ahead to obviously come up and really score. And when you look at Viktor Gyokeres, when you look at his goals in the Premier League, I think they are 11. He has 11 Premier League goals. That is Viktor Gyokeres for you. Now, in the Champions League, he has 4, taking his tally to 15. In the EFL Cup, he has 1, that is 16. Went ahead and scored 1 in the FA Cup. Those are how many? Those are now 17 goals. He's less by 3 goals to obviously come and hit what we call 20 goals in a season. And for me, he has delivered. With 7 games in the Premier League to go, I see him as one of those players that will put out a fight, and many of you will obviously love what this guy is putting out. So that is Viktor Gyokeres for you, and I just love whatever he's putting out on the field of play. And I know most of you are also enjoying it to the fullest. Not so? So, from there, let's obviously run in here, you know, and let's do the needful. Match facts. Oh, before we head into the match facts, there is something important we are supposed to obviously first go to, and it's the probable starting 11 of Sporting Lisbon. Sporting Lisbon, we expect Silva in there, Vigdidis, Diomende, Inacio, and Mancas in there for you. That is the back four. Branca, Morita, and Catamo. Midfield three, Trincao, deadly man, you know him very well. Goncalves and Suarez will lead the. I remember Suarez is the one who came in through to fill the boots of this guy, Viktor Gyokeres, who is now at Arsenal and really looking very good in there. His first season, he's less by 3 goals to obviously hit the double, to hit that mark of how many goals? Of 20 goals in a season, which will be really okay. He will be half the number of goals he scored for Sporting Lisbon in there for you, you know. So we head into the head-to-head, and we do have the following. 1. Sporting Lisbon have never beaten Arsenal in 7 attempts. 4 draws, 3 losses, including a 5-1 home loss in last season's UEFA Champions League. However, they did eliminate Arsenal from the 2022-2023 UEFA Europa League via penalty shootout, and it was the quarterfinal, if you remember very well, right? So does that give them a chance to obviously come up and really raise up their hand to obviously be that team that will come up and obviously cause havoc to them and maybe knock them out again? We wait and see. Arsenal have never won away against Portuguese opposition in the knockout stages of a major European competition before. 4 draws, 2 losses, most recently a 1-0 loss at FC Porto in the 2023-2024 UEFA Champions League last 16. You remember that very well. FC Porto beat Arsenal, and was he Elano who went ahead obviously scored that beautiful goal in there? And this is just Sporting Lisbon's second appearance in the UEFA European Cup / Champions League quarterfinal stage, previously being eliminated by Real Sociedad in 1982-1983. So they had taken long without representing at this stage. So Arsenal have been eliminated from 5 of their 8 UEFA Champions quarterfinal ties. However, they beat Real Madrid at this stage last season and are really looking to reach the semi-finals in consecutive campaigns for the first time. So Arsenal last season went ahead to obviously reach the semi-finals, and they also want to reach the semi-finals for another time round. And I know they really stand a chance in there. And they knocked out Real Madrid last time on the quarterfinals, meaning that they are progressing. At that time, they were really knocked out by Bayern Munich at the quarterfinals, 2023-2024. 2024-2025, they knocked out Real Madrid, and now they are looking forward to knocking out a Sporting Lisbon to get to the semi-finals of the Premier League for the second consecutive time in a row. Sporting Lisbon have won all 5 of their home games in UEFA Champions League this season, with the longest home winning stretch by a Portuguese side in the competition since FC Porto in December 1999. So that is Sporting Lisbon for you. And they are continuing to put in a very huge stretch in there for you. And if you haven't known what they've gone ahead to do, you have to give them their flowers and know that they are not a soft nut to crack at their hood. That is Sporting Lisbon for you. And indeed, they are really a tough side. Arsenal have the lowest per game averages in the UEFA Champions League this season for goals conceded, 0.5, XG against 0.75, and shots on target first, 2.7, while they have also trailed for the fewest minutes of any team in this edition, 42.48, 42 minutes and 48 seconds, all in their round of 16 first leg versus Bayer Leverkusen. So, for the first time, Arsenal to trail, it was when they are playing against Bayer Leverkusen. It was the first time they trailed, but they managed to obviously level the game through a Kai Havertz penalty because Noni Madueke was brought down. Luis Suarez has scored 5 goals for the Sporting Lisbon in the UEFA Champions League this season and could equal the club record for most goals in a single European Cup/Champions League campaign set by Viktor Gyokeres in 2024 and 2025. That is it. So he has a chance to really equal the record, because Viktor Gyokeres went ahead to obviously score those goals in there for you in a single campaign, So he could equal the club record for the most goals in a single Champions League season set by Viktor Gyokeres. There were 6. If he scores in this game, he would have gone to level him up, and he's really firing up all cylinders. Arsenal striker Viktor Gyokeres scored 6 goals in 8 appearances for Sporting Lisbon in the UEFA Champions League last season. He could become the first player to score both for and against the Portuguese side in the competition. But is it? Yeah, because I think Ronaldo Cristiano never went ahead to score for Sporting Lisbon in the Champions League, but I remember him scoring against Sporting Lisbon when he was at Man United. So he will obviously become the first player to score, right, for Sporting Lisbon and against them in the Champions League competition, right? So we head to the second last match fact. Sporting Lisbon's Goncalo Inacio made 41 line-breaking passes across both games against Bodo Glimt in previous round of 16, the most by any player in the knockout stage, tie in 2025-2026 season so far. Now, this game shows you how deadly Sporting Lisbon is at home. Bodo, I think, beat them by, is it 3-0 away in Norway? When they came here, they beat them 3 and they went ahead to obviously score another goal in the extra time that saw them really edge them and they really knocked them out. So what does that mean? It means Sporting Lisbon at home is deadly. And Arsenal fans, please, go there knowing that you are facing a deadly side. Deadly side. With 2 losses in a row, this is not obviously going to be an easy one. Based on the XG of shots on target first, excluding own goals, Arsenal's David Raya has prevented more goals than any other goalkeeper in the UEFA Champions League since the start of last season. 7.4 to 12 conceded from a 19.4 XG on target. Now, this guy is really out of this world, and he is in his own league as a goalkeeper. And when I tell you that he's one of the best goalkeepers in the world, I'm not lying. I'm telling you the truth. And please, I don't think that in the previous 2 seasons, there is a goalkeeper that is better than David Raya. That goalkeeper is not there. So, I'm calling in for a draw. I don't know what your thoughts are about it, but I'm calling in for a draw. I'm calling in for a draw. I don't know what your thoughts are about it, but I'm calling in for a 2-2 draw. But if it's a win, I can give an Arsenal win. But I see a draw more probably that Arsenal will get. And when they come at the Emirates, they'll get the deal done. That's what I'm feeling. I don't know what your thoughts are about it, but that's my thought about Arsenal and Sporting Lisbon. Rokani David is my name. And thank you for obviously loving us. Continue to subscribe. Second video of the day is going to have to come in late, but better late than never. And another one will drop later, 2-3 hours from now. We'll drop it and it might be Real Madrid versus Bayern Munich, breaking it down for you again onto this beautiful channel. I'm out, and see you when you see me. Bye-bye.